You just gotta pick into the many possibilities and spaces are Mindanao textiles from go far and wide. What you had just witnessed in the fashion show earlier, it's a glimpse of Mindanao textile in another lens. How it can tell a story is what this next quarter of an hour will be. When I entered this hall, I noticed that many of us, if not all, had some of these products, and those are all fashioned from our Mindanao textile. Does it make you proud as a Mindanaoan to wear this product? Oh my, I'm so relieved to hear that. Because on that same note, I'm glad to see how natural it has gotten us to wear those products, how much that it's been. Valuable medium to distinctly identify us from others outside this island. But I'm also curious to know how much of the story behind these products we all know by heart. Would that have been our deciding factor when we first bought them and eventually used them? If that is so, how much is the worth of the story? Is it worth telling others and perhaps the rest of the world who we are and can be with these textiles wrought in a long history of blood, gold, and glory? Now, allow me to walk you through. Looking back at material culture and wealth, tied to the ingenious pre-colonial artists and artisans that significantly contributed to a rich, sophisticated Philippine culture even before Western colonizers arrived. Yes, we have had a seafaring civilization was establishing a leading trading network that interacted among the best of Asia's civilization. The chivalry and textiles thrived with our gold and our exotic fibers alongside the skill of our pre-colonial artists and artisans. Fast forward to the present, the story is no different either. Although we see crafting traditions in Mindanao resonating with the same intention, although at a different time, our present day artists and artisans have taken strides anew. The same ingenuity is being continuously challenged and redefined by stark realities. The capsule collection that you have seen earlier are reminiscent of my early collaboration with the Mindanao Inal women weavers who were reading a story from a piece of their place, which in the 70s was a combat zone. Their intentional commitment to revive their woven tradition had transformed the battlefield into a peace zone 30 years later. Reborn as victims and survivors, many have since exchanged their guns for powerful looms to weave a newfound life-saving tapestry. The journey from trauma to killing brought occurred me when as a fashion designer, I was nurturing my curiosity for indigenous materials and techniques. With this group was a long negotiation and with paranoia and trust issues. But after quite some time, it finally allowed me to enter their circle. We opened the door soon to explore our what ifs and why not, and little materials from their future village, like nylon lines, copper wires, and plastic twine, became the starting point. What could be resulted what collection earlier and more moving forward. Later, is a relationship and the kind of connection that brought me there. The next 1 years allowed me to see more and beyond the face value of very involved textile, as well as other Twice textiles from Mindanao. I've had the opportunity to immerse in the vulnerable models textiles like the Imal, Pinon, Islam kit, to the mythical ikats of the Lumads, like the Kinalak, the May, Mabal, Inabal, among others. Those encounters nurtured, nourished curiosity in the woven universes of complex yet minute patterns, revealing the weavers deep knowledge of mathematical symmetry, marvels of science and technology behind the patterns. I also observed that the master weavers are designing with equations in their indigenous, or should I say, ingenious version of a woven metaverse. Unfortunately, their spiritual grounding and mortality, impermanence, and groundbreaking roles were silently told. Little did we know that when men in their villages fought against fellow humans to secure their territories, the willing weavers crossed over to the other world to negotiate with the spirits, allow them to bring back to our world patterns we now see. And the negotiation doesn't stop there. Once they return, must execute the promise made, lest it will cost more. So we see how they risk their lives to secure a culture, a distinction shown in the plethora of textiles will become stark identifiers of our multiple identities. These dream weavers, as they are better known to us, created a virtual narrative rich in values and philosophies, grounded deep connections and interactions among humans, nature, and a supreme being. However, we also developed a pragmatic understanding of how their weaving can continuously become relevant to the dynamics of their present day realities. The Macedonian women I have collaborated with have since exchanged their guns for powerful looms, provided or created jobs, and sustained ways and means for peace to thrive. Wake out transcended proportion of focus and direction to an aspiration for divergent paths that open up spaces, possibilities, and endless potentials in pursuit of peace and hope for equity, tolerance, and respect. Personal living and surface decoration have also taken on a progressive gender lens, noteworthy beyond LGBTQ, Habru Tiaan makers and cultural bearers in Bagsak, Palo, Sulu. There is also the rise of Hmong ikat weavers for Mabal, Inabal, Inol, and Pulalak, which was exclusively allocated for women in the past. For this image of a Tiboli mother and her daughter-in-law, it's given us another perspective of a progressive coexistence between the old and the new. We've been weaving tinalak using abaka, which is traditional, and cotton, which is contemporary, under one roof. It's really interesting. And perhaps the Robert the Maura women are bringing juvenile delinquents into the Pamolabo production to encourage them to get back on track with a new looks of life through alternative education. Interestingly, the Pamolabo crafting tradition further unearthed a therapeutic means to heal stroke-stricken bidders. There we see how they have been passionate with their dedication for tradition, but also compassionate attention to various human conditions. On our side, traditional communities are proactive young designers going from and coming back home to their roots, not only to design, but also to impact social good. Or designers were crossed over the two islands of North and brought your Mindanao sense and sensibility to the forefront of the world. So what's common with them? They are all armed with material culture, textiles among them, or at least an inspiration from the makers and the process of this exquisite material surfaces. So what is this telling us then? More often, we are forced to show off the color and shapes of our material culture to prove our point of view and identify our Mindanaoan selves. It was also said, who we are is more than enough to say we are. We who have lived and thrived in this island are more than self-things. Bring our creative license and eventually claim our Mindanaoan brand. However, our material culture provide a vivid visual narrative, a bigger perspective of these negotiations, transitions, discourse, and building confusion. We can be caught in an endless face-off as to who and what a Mindanaoan or a Filipino designer is. However, these materials can completely define us with the dynamic culture that can coexist between the past and the present. Which is, how can we continually assimilate to our lifestyle products of those materials? In our textiles, jewelry, or woodwork, all of those can allow us to see more than meets the eye. And it is important that we not all wear them, eat them, learn them, and perhaps sing and talk about them, but also understand and immerse ourselves in the process of their making. That said, we add layers to our effort and aspiration to strengthen our identity in being and becoming Mindanaoans. Here, we took a challenge on ourselves to be more proactive and reactive to the tensions that will not cease over and under these ever-changing currents. It's a must, ladies and gentlemen, that we intentionally desire and design a creative Mindanaoan culture that is both good and ultimately great. And the only way to do that is that we deepen our understanding of the end product and the people who made it. But most importantly, the process by which Mindanao design as a lifestyle to breathe and live with it naturally and unapologetically. So, ladies and gentlemen, next time you buy or wear these products, around space to learn more about their backstory. Because at the end of all this, it will be worth a storytelling and sharing why Mindanao textiles are not only comfortably, but also excitingly second to skin. Thank you.